Hey people, sorry for not making a video for a while. I've just been really busy, but anywho, straight to the point. This video is all about Before the Storm, a book that takes place with events before Battle for Azeroth and after Legion. Now, it's a really good book. I actually didn't read it. I just bought the audio book, which was actually really good. I'm not gonna, critique the audiobook anyway. I'm not gonna lie, reading a guy, or hearing a guy's voice trying to play multiple female voices, it's kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. It breaks the immersiveness sometimes. But anyway, so the book is really good. I'm not gonna talk about what happens in the book. I guess I will in a sense of the context. But there's plenty of other YouTubers and YouTube videos out there talking about the events that took place within this book. But what I'm going to talk about is the context. Was it for the Alliance? Was it for the Horde? Hidden messages, etc., like character development and all that stuff. Now, in my personal opinion, and I know some people might hate me for this, yeah, it's kind of Alliance. It was all Alliance, basically. The Alliance are good. Unquestionably good, like they can't be bad whatsoever. So the reason why I think it's very Alliance based, because the whole book shows the good side of Alliance. Every character which mainly revolves around Anduin, and you hear a lot of his point of view, and Anduin, the way they developed him, he just loves peace. That boy loves peace. Like if peace was a female and she was thick, he'd tap that in a heartbeat. And from the Horde's point of view, the book basically highlights everything that is wrong with the Horde, or that is bad with the Horde. Mainly from Sylvanas, and right now she's crazy, so everything she thinks is pretty evil. Which makes me think that, does the Horde need to go through this? Do they need to be the villains a couple of times before they can become the Horde that Thrall envisioned them to be? Now, I'm saying this because the Horde is made up of a bunch of different cultures with different point of views, and they're working together, and that's great actually. The entirety of that image is awesome. But in that sense though, that also opens up to the idea of evil versus good within the same faction, and that's what the Horde is. As I was saying before, the Alliance is so good and so benevolent apparently in this book that, to be honest, hearing Anduin rave about peace and why can't we find peace? We can use this Azeroth to find peace. For me personally, as someone who's trying to listen to a story, got really fucking bored of it. I'm like, fuck dude, yeah, we get it, you want peace. Where in the Horde side, from Sylvanas' point of view, she wants war. She's like, alright, cool, I'm here for war, But when she was interacting with Bane or other characters who weren't like that, it was quite nice and refreshing to hear that they disagree, and there was just more context within the Horde in this book, in my opinion. Now, they actually didn't know about her plan of wanting to attack and make a war with the Alliance, so I guess they couldn't really disagree with her, but at the same time, they really highlighted the difference between Sylvanas and Bane, and just like what they're both focusing on, and completely different things. Another nice thing that made the Horde more full of, context, I guess, I'm using the word context, was that they had a parade to celebrate the defeat of the Legion in Orgrimmar, and Sylvanas, you got to see Sylvanas' point of view of each individual race within the Horde. She despises the goblins, not all of them, but she just really hates Gallywicks, because he's a sleazebag, let's be honest. He's a really cool character, but he's a sleazebag. She actually has a really soft spot for the Tauren, because they were the ones who were like, hey Thrall, let the Forsaken in. I know they're a bit, dead, but they're good. These are good and undead. Let admit it. So she does have a soft spot for the Tauren, especially a soft spot for Bane. I think Bane annoys her the way Anduin annoys her. Anduin does annoy her, and she says it herself, like, why does this cub, she calls him a cub because he's like a young lion with the whole armor and crest and alliance stuff. But yeah, like, why does he annoy her? Which I'll get to that soon. But yeah, Bane, she's still kind of weirdly adores Bane, and you know, doesn't want to kill him, doesn't want to do anything wrong to him, but she still wants him to fall in line. The trolls, she respects the trolls, she respected Vol'jin. The orcs, she respected as well. The blood elves, that's what got me interested. Like, how did she view her old people? Because her people now, she says it herself, her people is the Forsaken. But how does she view the blood elves, the people that she protected and gave her life, you know, for them to survive? Which they kind of didn't. But anyway, yeah, she pitied him. She didn't regret anything. She didn't say she regretted anything, not that I remember. But she just pitied him because the blood elves now are just bitter. Every during that parade, every race within the horde had a little dance celebration or did something to celebrate that. But the blood elves just made one quick, blatant speech, and that's it. They don't celebrate things anymore. They're so bitter, which I like that. I like that about the blood elves. Not that they're bitter, like just the contrast of what they were compared to what they are now. One thing she actually has just basically nothing but niceness to say to a certain race within the horde. The Pandaren. She just says it. They're just lovely, nice. She pretty much says they're a lovely, nice race. That's it. They're too nice, actually. She actually had a genuine smile when the Pandarans did their little tribute to defeating the Legion. They did this weird dance. Obviously Chinese. Doesn't matter if it's Chinese, but yeah, I'm just saying it's Chinese. Now going back to how Anduin annoys her. For some reason Anduin does annoy Sylvanas. I think because he's something that Sylvanas isn't used to. Everyone in the alliance pretty much just hates undead. You can say, hey man, I'm a good undead person. They call me Forsaken. I am a doctor, blah blah blah. You could be that guy. You could be such a prestigious motherfucker, and they would just hate you because you're undead. And maybe Sylvanas hates that about how Anduin just goes like, I just want to try and reach out and be peaceful with you. And to be honest, I get that. I would be annoyed that too. Like, fuck man, just hate me. I'm obviously just kind of paraphrasing the whole thing, but that's the general idea of it. They didn't really get too much involved into it. It was basically a quick moment of like, man, I hate this person. Why do I hate this guy? But anyway, moving on. No, that's about it. There's a lot more events in this book that actually was really interesting. Finding that Arthas has a sister who's still alive, which becomes like a light forge Forsaken. I'm not gonna get into that. Alliance, humans and Forsaken meet, to see if they can still have relative meetings, and then Sylvanas killing all the Forsaken and not touching one single human as promised between a deal between her and Anduin. But yeah, again, a lot of other YouTubers have explained that in very well detailed videos, so check them out. But this is just me talking about the context, because again, it's very like, I feel like Blizzard is really forcing that Horde is evil, Alliance is good kind of thing. But that, like, not because they are good and they are evil. I think they want the image created for it, which they got what they wanted. Basically, the whole fandom and community is riled up. The Alliance are good. the horde is bad. Why does the horde keep doing bad things? And even horde players like, what the fuck? Why we keep getting the villain bad and all that? Which I actually want to do a video about all this. But yeah, I don't know if I'll do it. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's just me rambling. I might do this more. It's fun. But yeah, thanks. Bye.